We are going to be asking Judge Colas, we're going to be filing a motion for him to stay his decision. Essentially, he has ruled, at least with regards to local units of government, Act 10 to be unconstitutional. We believe that he is wrong in the law. We're ultimately going to appeal that decision. However, in the meantime, there's an awful lot of confusion that's been created by it. We certainly have double standards as it applies to local units of government versus the state government. We think it's really imperative that the will of the people through the voice of the governor and the legislature be allowed to stand until we have a higher court actually rule on the decision that he has entered. So we're going to be asking Judge Colas to stay his decision. If he grants that, we will then go through the normal appellate process. If he does not, of course, then we're going to have to ask a higher court to stay his decision. One of the things we're looking at, whether we're going to do or not, the reality is there are different procedures that allow us to do things in different cases. Just because we took the Act 10 case, the original one, immediately to the Supreme Court doesn't mean we have the authority to take this one. We're looking at all our options. Whether the case is stayed is one of the first things that we have to see first, though. If the decision is stayed, then the level of urgency has certainly been reduced. If it is not, and it's not at the appellate level, then the level of urgency may be increased. The reality is if courts can find a law to be constitutional, it's their absolute obligation to do so because that is the will of the people. And so if we have to go to the Supreme Court to get that decision, we want to do so sooner than later. But we're obviously going to weigh our options, and that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves as well.